Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at laser keyboards and if they actually work in late 2017. Welcome back guys after a long time. Firstly, I'd just like to say I'm really sorry for not posting in a long time. I've just been super busy and I haven't forgotten about the channel or you guys at all. It's just I haven't been making videos because they take ages. I've been replying to comments and all that. I just haven't been pushing out videos. So I'll try my hardest to try and get more videos out to you guys if I can. If you have an interest in technology, then you've probably seen either pictures of these, concepts of these laser keyboards in magazines or in papers, or maybe you've even seen these being sold on online stores. And if you've seen those, then you've probably wondered, do these actually work? So I'm going to be answering that today. And if you want to jump straight to the answer, there's a timestamp on the screen now which you can jump to. But if not, just watch the whole of the video and then we'll get on to that. Before the question of do these actually work, you're probably thinking how much do these cost in late 2017? I picked this one up for £18, which is about 24 US dollars, which isn't a huge amount, but that was on a sale, so you have to consider that. You can get these on Amazon for about $27 or about £30 now, and I'll be leaving links in the description box below where you can pick these up for yourself. Let's start with the unboxing of this keyboard. Around the box there are specifications and features of this device, so again just reiterating what it can do. Inside you'll find an instruction manual which is remarkably detailed, which is always nice to see on these Chinese devices which normally don't have great English, but this was quite easy to understand and it's also quite long, which is great. Other than that, you have the keyboard itself, which is quite light at 61 grams, so it's not going to be a heavy weight in your pocket, and you also have a micro USB cable for charging and I think possibly being able to use this device over USB. Looking at the front of the device, you'll find a plastic film covering it and protecting it from scratches in transit, I assume, which is nice to see. Underneath there's a glossy surface which does attract a lot of fingerprints. The feel of this is very nice. It feels very premium in the hand, feels solid. The sides and back are this kind of rubbery silicone material and it doesn't feel too cheap. On the right hand side of it, on top you have a power button and below that you have a micro USB charging slot. On the bottom there's also a metal plate with some feet on it to help it give it some stability and friction on some surfaces, I assume. So getting started with some of the features of this keyboard. First off, it's compatible with a variety of different platforms, so Android, Windows, iOS, macOS, all of that. The way it connects to these computers is by Bluetooth, and this is Bluetooth 2.1. I believe you can also connect it to a computer with the micro USB as well, but I have not tried that out and I don't really see the need of that as most computers and phones nowadays have Bluetooth. This laser projection keyboard contains a 1000 mAh rechargeable battery, which it claims to last around 120 minutes. Some of the uses of this keyboard include obviously the keyboard itself. It can be used as a full keyboard, but it can also double up as a mouse as it contains a feature where you can scroll and look through stuff and right click and left click, so there's a mouse feature. And thirdly, which I don't think would be the main use of this, but it's also a Bluetooth speaker, so once you've connected your phone or device to it, you can use it to play audio across the Bluetooth system. So after holding the power button for a good 2 seconds, the projector then kind of calibrates itself after it's placed on a flat surface and shines the projection keyboard. You can see on the bottom of the device there's a flashing blue LED, and this signifies that it's ready to be paired but hasn't been paired yet. To pair this device, it's really simple. Just to start off, you hold down FN, which is function, and the letter B on the keyboard, and this basically preps the laser keyboard for pairing. You only have to do it once, you don't have to do it every time after that. And after that, just turn your Bluetooth on your phone and you should see a device pop up which looks like a keyboard, and after you click on that, it will show up as a laser keyboard. And it's really that simple to connect this laser keyboard to your phone. Please bear in mind, when I was filming this, I was in quite an awkward position. Both my arms were going through a tripod to reach the keyboard, so my key presses aren't that accurate as I was in this awkward position when filming. Some people may be wondering how you use this device. You use this device by literally tapping on the surface that the projection is on. So if it was a table, you just touch the table where the key is, and that literally just works like that. You'll hear when you tap on a key that it makes quite a loud noise, and this can be turned off, and I'll show you that later. And this noise is just to signify that the key's been pressed. So as it can't really give you tactile feedback, it's a bit of an audio feedback to know when you've clicked a key, and you can then go on to the next stroke. I have noticed the shift didn't work amazingly when trying to capitalize letters, so I usually just used caps lock, turned it on for one key and then just turned it off straight. I'm not sure why, but I also didn't have auto correction turned on for this, so when you're using this on your phone, I think it would be much better because it would correct all the misspelt words even if there's only one letter wrong, which would make your typing overall much more accurate. Just taking a look at what it typed, some of it wasn't great, and I think that was mainly my fault, although quite a bit of it was also the keyboard. So you can see how accurate it kind of was from that, and I'll do some more tests very shortly. To dim the keyboard's brightness, you literally just hold the FN function key and either an up or down arrow, and that either increases the brightness or lowers it. Also, to either turn the sound off or make the sound louder when you're pressing each keystroke, you hold the FN key and left or right, and you can fully turn off the sound of the keystrokes when you're pressing them. Another cool feature is the voice reading function, and if you press FN and K on the keyboard, it activates a narrator which reads out when you're pressing a key, so just have a listen to this. L-A-S-E-R space K-E-Y-B-O-N-R-D and enter H-E-L-L-O. To use the mouse option, you literally just hold the function key and what looks like a kind of mouse cursor next to the spacebar to the right of the spacebar, and that basically dims the keyboard and creates a trackpad surface. This can be used on Android and Windows devices. So you can basically just scroll around using your finger on the table or whatever it's being projected on. To do a left mouse click, you just tap once with one finger. To do a right mouse click, you press down with two fingers. And to use the scroll mode, you basically use two fingers and move them up or down. However, I would not recommend this to be used as a mouse because the input's quite laggy and it's not amazingly accurate. I think it's okay if you type with two fingers. I think the main problem with this is that it can't really register the keystrokes fast enough. So if you type normally like you normally would when you're touch typing and you use your whole hand, it doesn't really keep up and it jumps key presses, and it's a bit weird when you try and use many fingers at the same time. So I wouldn't recommend that, and I wouldn't recommend typing very fast because it can't really handle that, which is a definite problem as the keyboard's meant to be able to handle fast key presses to be productive basically. So yeah, you can't type fast on this keyboard, and you can't really use the rest of both of your hands other than two fingers unless you go quite slowly and you only use your little finger when trying to reach for the keys and stuff like that. So yeah, I would only really recommend either using two fingers or typing quite slowly if you want to be quite accurate. But again, if you are using autocorrect, then maybe you can type a little bit fast and still get away with it, although it's not great at going fast. The sound quality from this when being used as a Bluetooth speaker is pretty awful. It's very tinny, it doesn't get that loud, so yeah, it's just not great. I wouldn't recommend using it. I can't really think of a use where you'd use the Bluetooth speaker over the speaker of your own phone or device. So overall, summing this all up, starting off with the keyboard functionality, I wouldn't say you would use this on a regular occasion to do work or anything which needs good productivity, because it's just too slow to type on accurately. So you have to use two fingers when typing on this to actually accurately register the keystrokes which you're pressing, or you have to type very slowly with all your hand, which isn't easy to do. The projection keyboard works better on matte surfaces which aren't reflective. Going on to the mouse feature, I think it's okay, and it will do as a quick replacement mouse if you need to use a mouse quickly and you don't have one on hand. That'll do all right, but I wouldn't recommend it as a standalone mouse. And following on from that, again, as a speaker, it's not great. It sounds pretty tinny, but I guess it's quite cool that it has that integrated in case you need it. So yeah, as the main feature, the keyboard does work okay. It's adequate, I guess, if you just needed it for quick email, or you just needed it to work on a computer which didn't have a keyboard, or there was no space at like a setup in a certain place. But I wouldn't recommend this as your main keyboard, as you get incredibly frustrated with how slow it works and how accurate it is. However, that's not saying I wouldn't recommend this keyboard, as I definitely would to some people in some applications. If you needed a keyboard which was very portable and small and could take to a lot of places and didn't need to use it a huge amount, this would be great. Again, as a gift for someone who's really interested in tech and gadgets, it would be amazing. It's totally cool. It looks amazing. It's really flashy. It would look quite cool in the workplace, just showing off. So yeah, it does have its uses and applications, but I wouldn't recommend this as a sole keyboard. If you are a gamer or you do a lot of typing and essays and stuff, I wouldn't recommend it for that. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, please just leave it in the comments below. I'll try and get more videos out if I can, but again, they do take a lot of time. Thanks for watching to the end. I really do appreciate that. See you next time, and I'll catch you in the next video.